My Resident Evil 8 slideshow is going to completely spoil the ending to Resident Evil 8, and I use the photo mode feature during Resident Evil 8. So if you don't want spoilers, game ending spoilers, now's the time to back out. Hi, I'm Callise, and I know we haven't really gotten to know each other very well, and we spent a long time apart. It is true that I've been keeping busy, um, but there's more to it than just that. I appreciate you viewing this slideshow because you, of all people, deserve to know the kind of man Ethan Winters was and what great lengths he would go through to save his daughter. I stopped by Ethan Winters to drop off a family portrait I had taken, and there was not a father more proud of his little baby girl than Ethan. Little did I know the events that would occur from being there that night. Chris Redfield showed up and shot up Mia and took baby Rose, and I thought to myself, this doesn't look or sound like the Chris Redfield I knew back in Africa with Sheva. There's something going on here that he's not explaining to us. We got shoved into a van like we were some sack of potatoes, and then there was this horrible accident, and when we were awoken, this is where we were. Luckily, my camera was inside the van, perfectly safe, and you're probably wondering, why am I going to be taking pictures of this? Because that's what a photographer does. You have to take pictures of the events you're going through. Somebody has to know what has happened here. And there was nobody left in the van but me and Ethan. Rose gone, Chris gone. We have no clue what's going on. There was no choice but to explore the area. We came here to this view of the village. We were attacked by these creatures, and we had no weapons, and we had to run around trying to escape, and we heard this bell, and they all suddenly just left. We came across some villagers, and that man suddenly turned into a monster and attacked us all. We were told if we went to the castle, we would find baby Rose there. On our way to the castle, we met the Duke, who was a merchant. The castle had paintings of these 3 daughters. And inside the castle, there was this woman wearing white, and she would attack us with these huge blades, and this seemed to be the only safe room from her. This room where the Duke was selling merchandise, but she would never seem to follow into this room, and it became our safe haven for a while. She had these 3 daughters chasing us around the castle, and if we could bring them to where there was cold air, we were able to shoot them, and then they would turn into crystals and shatter. There was a painting with a note telling us to ring all the bells, and there was a massive painting in that same room. When we found all the bells and we got them to ring, the giant painting moved out of the way to give us a secret passageway. The passageway led to the rooftops of the castle. We had to fight 3 of these daughters, and only 2 of my pictures actually came out. This is the last one we fought before we were able to escape the castle. The lady in white that chased us around the castle turned into a massive dragon, and we had to take it down. We ended up in this massive graveyard, and Ethan started to act strange, like he was being haunted by something I couldn't see. We reached this building, and Ethan was saying his greatest treasure was a family photo, and he had to give it up to go inside. I didn't understand what was going on in his mind, so I took the photo with me. Inside the building was this elevator that felt like it went on forever. Then we came to this strange mansion. We found this massive portrait of a woman and a doll. We defeated that doll maker from the portrait. She had the ability to make Ethan see things that weren't there. Ethan realized that he had given up his treasure because he thought he had to enter the building. But I assured him I had it and saved it for him and returned it to him. There was a massive windmill. There was an area with a lake with this creature inside trying to kill us, and we had to figure out how to drain the water out. We were able to see the creature and defeat it. Let me tell you, this photo right here was not an easy picture to take. He would throw this like vomit acid at us, and it was a difficult fight, but I captured this photo here. And there were these massive billboard signs saying things like "Rose is waiting for you," and we had to follow them in hopes that it was true. The signs led us to a stronghold. We traveled deep inside the stronghold where these creatures attacked us relentlessly. And then we saw this massive creature with this huge weapon. I thought this is going to be a fight. Leaving the area, there was this massive crystal cave. The path became lit up for us and led to a huge factory. This is an image of inside the factory. They were doing human experiments where they would take out their heart and replace it, trying to create mindless workers, soldiers. Would be lined up against the wall sometimes, and you would never know what would trigger and activate them to come alive and attack you. This was a massive fan, and it tried to suck us in, and it would have cut us up into a million pieces, but we shot enough ammo into it that it broke, and we were okay. We ran into Chris Redfield, and he finally explained the situation that had to happen. He didn't shoot Ethan's wife, Mia, at all. This woman named Miranda has the ability to shapeshift, and she turned herself into Mia in hopes to steal Rose away from them. I've known Chris Redfield a long time, and he's not always the best at explaining things. He should have just told us in the first place, and none of this would have happened in this way. Chris left us this huge, massive vehicle weapon that would allow us to fight this man with the ability to move metal and objects with his mind and trap people and pin us down, but with this weapon, we would be able to stop him. I ended up with Chris Redfield's team. I saw Ethan get his heart ripped out from him, and I thought he was dead. So Chris's team found me and had me join them for the mission. Chris planned to put a bomb inside of that thing and blow up the whole village. We had also run into Mia, who had been locked away there, and she told us that Ethan was special, and I knew I had to go see if he was still alive and still out there. And I knew if he had managed to get up and get walking, he was going to need all the help he could get against Miranda. I caught up with Ethan, and I couldn't believe he was walking after having his heart ripped out from his chest. But here he was ready to stop Miranda to save his daughter. This is Miranda. She lost her little girl, Evelyn, and she's been doing experiments on people ever since, trying to find a way to resurrect her. She found Rose to be the perfect vessel for her daughter. She was an extremely difficult fight, and it took a toll on Ethan. This is the last photo of Ethan Winters walking and alive. He sacrificed himself to save me, Chris, Rose, Mia, everybody. The fight against Miranda really weakened him. He took off his jacket, wrapped Rose up in it, shoved it into Chris's arms, and shoved us out of there. He was trying to buy us enough time so he could blow up the village and destroy the evil within it and let us escape. We got to the rendezvous point and we got inside the helicopter, and Mia screamed at us, "Where's my husband?" How do you face people like that when you fail to save the person they care about more than anything? So I held on to these pictures for years. And then I saw you standing there at your father's gravesite, wearing the last thing he gave you, his jacket. And I saw it was a prized possession for you. And I thought, you deserve to know the truth, Rose. You deserve to know how much Ethan Winters loved you. That everything he went through was to save you. So thank you for viewing my slideshow. These photos are for you, Rose.